Bill Pelligrino came to East Brunswick in the fall of 1961 after graduating from the University of Richmond and serving in the United States Army. He came with his lovely wife, Gay, and they would soon create a family of 4 children. I think in attendance tonight are Vicki and Ashley. Would you guys kindly stand up so everybody can see? As Bill recalled to me, what brought him to East Brunswick via Connecticut and then Virginia were his 2 teammates on the football team at Richmond, Mel Casero and Don Dijak. I think there may have been a Pazinko in the mix as well. They were South River guys, so finding a job in East Brunswick was the next best thing. In the fall of '61, Bill was hired as a business teacher, taking on 5 classes of accounting. Soon thereafter, Bill began coaching football and even later tennis. However, Bill has been our varsity tennis coach for the past 47 years, and that's quite an accomplishment. Bill credits the late Ron Gagne as his favorite mentor during those early years of coaching development. Bill also shared with me that he felt the student body in the 1960s may have been the smartest collective group spanning his 6 decades of teaching our students. The 1970s saw Bill move to the social studies department, working first with Charlie King and then Dolores Meyerhoff. Bill taught a wide variety of lessons from U.S. History 1 and U.S. History 2 through world history. The decade also saw the advent of many quarter courses that Bill had a hand in, such as New Jersey history, the Western frontier, and current foreign policy issues. Bill recalls the confusion of the student body caused by the civil rights social unrest and the Vietnam War protest that had made its way down to the high school level. The 1980s saw a changing staff, a changing administration, and many changes in education here at East Brunswick. Yet there was one constant, and that was Bill Pelligrino. Bill, now entering his 3rd decade of teaching, also took on the head swimming coaching position from the retiring Doug Jordan. Bill coached both boys and girls teams and battled for GM supremacy in both. Many of his swimmers went on to compete in Division I athletic programs. To this day, family matters most to Bill Pelligrino. They started off in a small cape on the other side of town, and then they moved to the big colonial on Kevin Road. The kids had easy access to Frost and Hammersholt, and then got a ride with Dad to the high school. During the summer months, Bill managed the Knob Valley Swim Club so the family could spend as much time together as possible. The 1990s saw Bill teaching primarily world history. And you may recall I took over the US 1s from you at that time, Bill. Charlie was the principal. Frank Knoppenberger was our AD. Bob Flood was out the door. I don't know. I wasn't going to make any jokes, Bill. Bob Flood was out the door. Paul Cohn was our new supervisor. John Blair had the chair. Good times. Quality people that were allegiant to you, which is the true strength of your character. You always had the back of the people who needed you. You always took orders well, too. However, at this time, it was your tennis program that took off. 4 straight years without a loss. The 1992 Meet of Champions Championship, and players like Robbie Chess, Jason Zuckerman, and Dennis Hendricks. Let's not forget 10 straight GMC championships. The new millennium saw Bill adapt his lesson plans to fit the needs of the changing student body. In the 1960s, there were no smart boards,
Grades were not in Genesis. No one knew what an IEP was, let alone a 504. Yet Bill mastered them all. A lockdown, a tweener, a media center. These were words not in our vernacular. Yet Bill adjusted his own learning compass and changed with the times. Bill Pelligrino, quietly, politely, respectfully, is my Renaissance man. He never uttered a bad word or a falsehood about anyone. We all know that about you, Bill. Glenn Pazinko.
Glenn Pazinko called Bill the most dedicated teacher towards the student body that he has ever met. Kitty Hassan, the most knowledgeable man I have ever met. And Bob Mineta, who first met Bill when Bob was a 14-year-old freshman in 1965, registering to play football here at East Brunswick, said, inspiring, simply inspiring. And so, Bill, we now close your professional career, a career of 51 years here at East Brunswick High School. And like that old soldier in that barracks ballad, you just fade away. But fade away with the rich memories of friends and students whose lives you have richly touched. Family and friends, please welcome with me Dad, Bill Pelligrino.